This is a macro-XRF scanner, and basically what we're doing is we're shooting X-rays at this painting, and they go through the painting, but everything that it crosses through reacts in a slightly different way, and we can record all of that information. So iron, for example, interacts with this X-ray and sends us back something with energy 2, and then cobalt does something similar but energy 3. And by moving over the painting, we can map all these numbers and kind of see where all these elements are present. So we get a map for each element, which we can then relate to pigments. So it's basically a way of getting to see where on the painting all these pigments are, in all layers. So we get more information than from just the top layer. We can see if a painter once painted something but decided they wanted something else on top. We can see those hidden layers underneath. So that gives us a lot of insight into artistic practice, the whole thought behind the painting, as well as potential later additions or restorations. These paintings are very interesting because de Heem usually didn't paint on such a large format. So he moved to Antwerp, he probably came to touch with painters who were doing that. And one of the main questions we have is he using different materials for these big paintings compared to small paintings? And blue pigments are a very interesting one for that. On his smaller paintings he uses ultramarine, which is an extravagantly expensive pigment. So still to this day, it's more expensive than gold by gram, the natural product. So you can imagine on a big painting, you would likely not use that. And indeed, we did already find that he used a cheaper blue pigment in the blue dish on the painting called smalt. So that already seems to be some deviation. And then there's also parts of the paintings where we think some stuff has faded away. So in the central part, there's this beautiful metal vessel, and next to it we see these weird little white dots. And they seem to be highlights of some other vessel that was there at some point, but we can't really see it anymore. And with this technique we can hopefully see if those paint layers are still present there and kind of reconstruct whatever was present on the surface. Then other things we're looking at is, the way of painting. His smaller paintings, de Heem paints very systematically, following rules. And one of the questions was, is he doing the same on this big painting? There's also the platter of grapes, the little still life. So we can see what's hidden underneath those grapes. And I found that part of the sky goes underneath some of the grapes. So he clearly painted the grapes first, then the sky, and decided, wait, I don't have enough grapes yet. So he painted some extra grapes going over the sky. So it's kind of fun. It brings you close to the artist because you can look into their mind as they're painting and follow their process a little bit better than just looking at the painting itself. So the scanner is a relatively new thing, and before this was around, so this is a way of mapping pigments all over the surface. You either had to take a sample, which is quite invasive, and then you can look at the layer structure, or you measure only singular points, which gives you a lot of information on that one point, but makes it very easy to miss stuff that's hidden from the eye. So this opens up such a wide range of possibilities and makes sure you get a way more comprehensive image of what's going on. These paintings are quite special because de Heem didn't paint much on such a big scale. So this is a great opportunity to study these works that have never been studied before.